and welcome to my Club of Cottontales. How is everyone's first day of October ending? I know for some who come across this, it's already like the 5th of October or some shit, but it is still the 1st of October for me. It's currently almost 9:30 p.m. and it's a Thursday. Traditionally speaking, I don't make content on a Thursday evening unless I'm feeling chintzy or I really need that moisture, kind of like the title, Moist, Inaudible Screams. Yeah, it's perfect. Simply perfection. Also, I love how right when I start the meeting, my voice decides to give out. Like, oh, you want to talk? Nah, you can some other time. Do it on your own. On your own time. Not this time, bitch. Oh man, you guys. So it has been an interesting day. This is actually our second meeting for today. Our first meeting didn't really get that much traffic. We only had one person that popped in, and they lurk more than they chat. So uh, I'm sure when I mentioned how lurking affects me, they were kind of like, "Oh man, I'm not gonna just hang out," since they couldn't actually chat with me. Um, But thank you again to Jamie for at least popping into the utter meeting. You know what I mean? So yeah, hopefully this evening I actually get some motherfuckers to come chill and chat with me while I hang out in my Club of Cottontails. We've got our Jada Rose loaded to perfection for our evening toke. It is 9:30 on a Thursday, so obviously I have to be up in the morning for Rainbow. So even if I was feeling super chintzy and not tired by like 11, I would still end the meeting by 11:30 because I don't really like to take it after midnight on days when I know that I have to be up in the morning. I want to at least get a few hours of sleep and be well rested, you know what I mean? Um, Even when I don't make content, I don't tend to go to bed till like midnight anyways. So it actually works out kind of nicely when I do like a meeting like this, from 9:30 till like 10:30 or 11:30, and it just kind of gives me that last little bit of oomph to help me fall asleep, to just relax my mind. It's been a very interesting day. Um, I didn't realize how close I came to essentially being homeless during a pandemic, and I don't really like that. And not just me being homeless, but my daughter as well. And it would have only been for a moment. It would have been more like losing something versus being homeless. It would have been absolute craziness, though. It was just kind of one of those things like, oh my gosh, like that almost happened. And that kind of like made my day a little bit weird and interesting. And then I've just kind of been feeling weird and interesting, and I was kind of excited. I still am really excited for Saturday because I get to see my sissy wolf. Oh, 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 oh. But and I also get to meet a new friend, which I'm excited for. Um, I love making new connections and whatnot. Did I just spread the moist content? Why are you not here? Oh man. There's something very heavily on my mind, and it's the main reason why we are having a meeting tonight. Um, I went from being at like not even one, like a half, and now we're back at zero. We had a half smidgen of a romantic affection, and now we're back to zero. I mean, okay, we were at like one. We were at like one, and now we're at a half. Okay, maybe we're at like one and a half, and now it's at a half. I have to think about the, random guy that I casually flirt with. You know what I mean? He counts. Live right motherfucking now. Come say hello, Cottontails. We have sufficiently got the content spread. Essentially, I'm just sharing this live stream, my live Club Cottontail meeting, on Facebook. So we're just spreading the content and getting it all delicious ante. So originally the title was going to be a Mooiisstt Maker, because that's essentially what this was going to be. But I feel like just putting moist in audible screams, I feel like it's perfect. It's just perfection that way. It doesn't need anything more. I guess it could always have less. They always say less is more. Alright, cool. Oh, so the first spooky movie of the season was Adam's Family, but the animated one that was made last year. I'd yet to see it, and I watched it with Rainbow, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually really, really loved it. Even if it wasn't claymation, I got claymation vibes from it. I feel like it was claymation, like stop motion filmed. At least I hope it was. Whew. So, like any Club Cottontail meeting, I'm hoping to get like some actual conversation for this evening. But traditionally speaking, Club Cottontail is just a place for me to come to be with myself. You know what I mean? So that's why we make the content, because we're feeling like it. But I definitely could use some conversations that wasn't coming from myself. Alright, content is sufficiently spread. Perfect. I said perfect. Alright. Perfect. My brain's like, I feel like there's something that we're forgetting. Bitch, there ain't nothing you're forgetting. The bowl is loaded. Ass spot's working. You're looking fly as a motherfucker. You already took a shower. You're feeling good. You're not wearing your nightgown, but you are wearing this fun little robe of yours, which has been hanging in my closet for a while. And it, like, clothes start to smell stale when they haven't been worn in a while or washed. So I definitely feel like this was one of those items. But since I have a delicious perfume, I just went ahead and it real quick. I definitely need to go through my wardrobe and just be like, alright, like, realistically. I've been doing that, just constantly going through my stuff, just downsizing as much as I can. Because in life, you shouldn't own things that you're not using, or if you're not going to use it sometime in the conceivable future. You know what I mean? I have so many things that I'm like, it's just there, and it's like there's no point in it being there, you know? But anyways, so I am very excited for this Saturday, but I'm not gonna lie, I am sad, and it's a happy tragedy. My buddy Armando referred to it as that, and it's definitely a happy tragedy because I am unbelievably happy for my FWB. I'm so happy that they started seeing someone. Like, it just makes me happy to see people finding romance and things like that, and connections that can flourish past whatever, you know what I mean? Like, for me and him, it was just a physical sort of thing. So I'm glad, very happy that they have someone that they're seeing. But it is a tragedy for me because I'm so disappointed. Like, like messaging him, being like, "Hey, do you work Saturday?" And he was like, "No, but I've sort of been seeing someone," and I'm like, and he's like, so, and his words exactly, he's like, so Saturday Wet is gonna have, Saturday Wet, what was, how did it get worded? Fuck, I'm gonna have to, like, read it word for word, because, like, I can't, I love the way that he worded it. Like, hold on, let me see, how was that worded? It was like, he's like, so, oh, that's what it is. So no Saturday Wet for the time being. I'm just like, I love it because, like, he's never been the type of person to be like, did you just fucking say Saturday? Or, like, sometimes I'll say meeting. He's like, did you meet a stream? Like, it's just nice that instead of making me feel like an idiot for saying something that might be different, he just embraced it. And I feel very fortunate to have made a connection with someone like that, even though obviously, it doesn't get to flourish past what it was, which, kind of disappointing, but at the same time, life goes on. Um, so is life, right? But I am disappointed because now I don't have it. I don't have any prospects. You know what I mean? Like the one little rare chance of when I was down in Vancouver, I could hit that person up, and now I can't. At least not for the time being, because they're not boyfriend girlfriend. They're just seeing each other. You know what I mean? But honestly, like when he sent me that message, I just like I was a little bit disappointed because I am. I'm definitely disappointed that I don't get to like ride that ride again. You know what I mean? But I'm so happy that he has someone that he's like seeing. It's so funny, is because I actually have a crush on this person, and you know that you truly have a crush on someone when you don't feel jealousy when they don't necessarily want to be with you or they get with someone else. You just feel pure joy for that person. That's how you know you really did like someone. Because when you truly do like someone, seeing them happy makes you happy. So I'm actually very, very happy for my previous FWB. I'm so sad. Like, damn it. But I even told him, I was like, oh, I'm so happy for you. And then I was like, but I'll still be seeing you in my wet dreams. And he was like, oh, of course. Or he's like, well, duh, or something like that. And I was just like, it was nice. It's nice that I made a connection with someone real. You know what I mean? Like, it just sucks that I'm back down to 0 nickels. I'm telling you, it's a dime. This motherfucker with his lucky nickel. Also, what are you doing up so late on a Thursday? Like, it is almost 10 o'clock for me. It is 9:40 p.m. for me. That means that it is like 11:40 p.m. or maybe even later. I forget if you're 2 or 3 hours ahead. Either way, why are you up so late on a Thursday? I This is actually not even that late on a Thursday for me. I actually just put Rainbow down to bed just about 40 minutes ago. Damn, it's already 9:41. Damn. I guess that makes sense because I put her down. The movie was over at 8:40. I guess that makes sense. The movie was over at 8:40, and then I took my shower, and then came to Club Cottontale. So yeah, it makes sense that it's 9:40. That's a great question. I'm like, that's a great fucking question. Why am I up at almost 1 in the morning? So yeah, you are 3 hours ahead. That's what I thought. I was pretty sure that it was 3 hours ahead, but in my defense, I meet a lot of people here in Club Cottontale, and everyone's in different time zones, so it's kind of interesting sometimes. It's a surprising thing that I remember as much as I do. It's because I care. Oh man, I really am happy for my FWB. Like, he's such a good person that, like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, a part of me almost wanted to be like, how exclusive are you guys? Like, is she cute? Because I've had, like, some crazy fantasies of having threesomes with him. And I just feel like Like, I could be their third, you know what I mean? Because they're an item, and I'd just be like the extra bit. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. That would be. I almost sent him a message being like, so, like, you willing to have a threesome where I completely ignore you and pleasure your girl? Like, I'll be Mrs. Still Your Girl. Ooh, actually, he knows my head game, so he probably would say no to that because he'd be like, nah, if you suck a clit the way that you suck a dick, you gonna take my girl. Actually, I do. I know that I do. Because the one person I've done it, it's still to this date, I'm the best that she's ever had. Like, and it's so funny as I always give, her husband tips, but, I think, I don't know, I think it's the sort of thing that, like, if you're not willing to learn new tricks, you're not going to. Oh, man. Back down to 0. Well, technically I was at, like, 1.5, and now I'm back down to a half. Because I have a person that, like, we flirt, but it's so very casually flirty. Like, yeah, I don't even. It sucks. I didn't, and I still don't have any standards or, like, qualifications for the dating apps. But I did kind of think that, hey, if you match with someone, it's because you want to talk. Like, you want to get to know the person. So it's just interesting to me how much you will match and even say hello and nothing. Just birds chirping at you. I'm kind of to the point that I'm like, I haven't even really been on them. Partly because I am getting over Red Ranger, you know what I mean? And it's kind of shitty having to get over someone that I only kissed like a couple times and only hung out with once. You know what I mean? Like, but it's because it's a connection, you know what I mean? That connection was there. And it's the sort of thing that, like, it's the sort of connection that I really don't know how I don't know how I would react if I did get a text message from them, you know what I mean? Like, I honestly have no clue. It'd be an interesting thing to see how it went. Alright, well, cheers. Let's enjoy our Tokaloke. For anyone that's tuning into Club Kottontale, obviously I have a video game in the background, but that is secondary to everything that I do here in Club Kottontale because when I come to Club Kottontale, I am simply enjoying a chat with me, myself, and I, and anyone else that happens to come on by. It, most of the time, truthfully, is just me, myself, and I, you know what I mean? Every so often we might get someone to actually come chat with a bitch. God, like it's gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be different because I don't even know if I'll see him in my wet dreams because I'm the type of person that I don't generally think about people who are like in a relationship sort of thing, especially when I know they're monogamous because it doesn't do it for me. You know what I mean? Sucks. I'm like now trying to scour my spank bank of like who I'll think about as we go to bed. Damn it. Man, it feels weird like not having any like crushes in my area that I could flourish, you know what I mean? Like and it's so funny as people keep telling me like, "Oh, you're too focused on that." Like as if they think that I'm not focusing on myself. Like that's something that's really frustrating for people who don't know me is like you don't know where I'm putting my energy in. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna be the type of person that's gonna want to be by myself all the time. People always thought that, but that's because, like, for one, I had convinced myself that I was enjoying time by myself alone, and most of the time I did enjoy myself time alone because anytime I'd hang out with people, I got made fun of. So it got to the point that, like, either, hang out with people because you want to hang out with people but constantly be made fun of, or just hang out with myself and, the individuals inside my own head. It was just easier to do that. Oh man, I hope we sleep good tonight. It's gonna be such an interesting weekend. Very interesting weekend indeed. I'm assuming Dimple's probably dipsetted. Here 1 minute, gone the next. Ooh, hey, maybe we'll actually be able to get some challenges done because, it's late at night. Everyone should be sleeping, right? Um, this just seems so fucked up. Like, I haven't even came across a legendary fish. I mean, and now I have to consume one. I'm like, actually, I think I have came across a legendary fish. The thermal fish. I'm pretty sure the thermal fish is a legendary one. At least I think. I don't know. We'll have to see. Um, but there's only 4 weeks left, and honestly, at this point, I just gotta make sure I actually get to level 100 and get our money's worth. I really, really wanted to get to level 190, but I have carpal tunnel. I'm a mom. I have a crazy brain where I'm not always wanting to do something, and you know, I'm the type of person that I don't really want to play it by myself. It's such a double-edged sword. I don't want to play it by myself, but then when I get in here into Club Cottontale, where like I'm not necessarily by myself, I just want to sit and talk. You know what I mean? Because I'm such an extrovert. I like having people to talk to. That's why I'm glad that my buddy, he goes by Sergeant Smashton, but his name's Ashton. He does Twitch streaming from time to time, and it's nice because he's just simply looking for people to chat. So like earlier today I was chilling and chatting with him while he was playing some game that I actually downloaded because it's free for everyone. Oh no. I'm completely blanking right now. So it's an open world MMO, and it's very like manga anime style. The main reason that I personally downloaded it, other than the fact it was free and it looked pretty cool, is that one of your characters, because like it's a dual co-op sort of character thing where you have to like, oh, this character does this, and then you have to switch to the other character to be able to go further. Well, the secondary character, her name is Amber, but that's not just it. She has brown hair. She wears shorts with knee-high socks, which you guys already know. My favorite like go-to outfit is like leggings with some shorts with some knee-high socks. Like, yo. And then she has these dope ass like bunny ears that's kind of like looks like a bandana that's just been like hit with some starch so it stands up on end, but it looks like some red ass sassy bunny ears. So they have a bitch named Amber with sassy bunny ears. Like of course I'm gonna play it. I honestly don't see me playing it past the one time though, because it's an open style fighting game, kind of like Final Fantasy. Kottontale don't play that. I suck at that type of shit. Like, I really fucking do. I suck at that style of video game, but it looks super fun. And I think it might be nice to do a little blind as fuck run tomorrow, or maybe even like Sunday night or Monday. My weekend's actually going to be pretty busy because Saturday I have Hosey Posey in the morning, and then I'm going to be getting dropped off at my sister Wolf's house, hanging out with her. Going to be hanging out with my friend Armando, maybe see my buddy Jake, and then Sunday I'll be coming home a little bit later. So I'll be, you know, it'll give Moose and Rainbow some prime daddy-daughter time, me some prime alone mermy time, which is, if you are a stay-at-home parent, regardless if you're a mom or a dad, if you're a stay-at-home parent or guardian, but you stay at home taking care of the house, yourself, and the child's, or child or children. God damn, I can't even think right now. Please take at least one day a week for yourself. You know what I mean? Like just like do your best. You know what I mean? It can be really difficult because there's not always a person that can watch a kid. You know what I mean? But do your best to just take one day for you, even if it's not the whole day. You know, you only have like a few hours out of that day. Just like do it, and don't clean the house. Don't do errands unless there's absolutely like one that you have to do, you know, like a doctor's appointment that is really better suited to go to without a child. Just take that day, those couple hours for you, and do something that you enjoy. You know, whether it's reading a book, playing a video game. It is so easy to lose who you are when you become a parent, because you're a parent at that point. You have created life, and that is all that you are at that point, is what it feels like. You are more than just a person that created life. You are someone who has thoughts, feelings, emotions, and dreams and joys for yourself, aside from your child, and you have to hold on to that. That's why, you know, I get a lot of interesting reactions to my Club of Cottontails, but, you know, taking a few hours out of each day for myself is absolutely detrimental to my mental health, which helps my physical health, which helps my all-around health, which helps my interactions with other people. You know, so I'm never going to be ashamed of anything I do. I have things in life that I wish I would have done differently, but I'm never going to be ashamed of it. There's only one thing that I actually do feel a little bit ashamed for it, and I can be honest, and I can admit that I'm ashamed in the fact that I knowingly stayed with someone who was lying to me. Because when someone does something in a pattern, patterns don't change. That's why they are patterns. And I am ashamed that I saw a red flag pattern and I still went forward. That is something that I will never do ever again, at least not conscientiously or without some kind of logical explanation. That's one thing, is that I went forward with these red flags and I didn't even have a logical explanation. I just continue to go forward. You know what I mean? I wasn't even getting some piss poor excuse. I just was like taking the empty apology and going forward. And sometimes I didn't even get an apology and I still just went forward, and I definitely am. It even hurts my chest to say that I'm ashamed of that, you know, because I don't like living feeling ashamed a part of myself. I don't like feeling shame on things. That's why, like, my motto is to be moist, to be no shame in life. But I definitely do feel some shame when it comes to the fact that I knowingly allowed myself to do something when I knew the outcome was going to be negative, you know? But I don't regret it. It's one thing is I may be ashamed in that, but I don't regret it. And the top reason being is that my daughter would not have existed if I had not, you know, gotten with her father. Like, everyone always says, you know, like, oh man, I wish I could have had this kid with someone else. And it's like, well, that would not have happened. That child that you have, that, you know, if perfection was a thing, this perfect being, came from the fact that you had to have that experience with that person. So I will never regret or be ashamed fully in the relationship that I had with Rainbow's fathers because she came to existence, you know. I have my Amber Jr., my Rainbow, you know, she's my rainbow baby, and that's something else. Like, I never thought I could get pregnant, let alone end up experiencing a miscarriage, which is just a crazy experience. Like, definitely some of the most craziest things in my life that I will never forget is going through a miscarriage and then going through a full pregnancy and delivery. You know, like it's all so very surreal. You know, and my daughter is 2 years and 3 months old already, and it's all very surreal. I just look at her and I think back to, you know, just a year ago to 2 years ago, like how crazy different things were, and I'm just like, my goodness, you know, like, my goodness. You know, 2 years ago she was 3 months old, this little squishy squish, you know. And then last year, this time, she was just over a year, like, what? You know? I come across the memories in my Snapchat, and I'm just like floored because it's just like, oh man, like I created this, and she has the best smile, you guys. Like, it just, yeah. I may not know what the future holds for me, but at least I have her to hold my hand through it, you know? Um, Everything happens for a reason. Everything. That's not too bad, actually. This is the first time that the battle bus hasn't been directly on Weeping Woods, and it's kinda towards the end of it, so that is a very, I mean, I imagine it's where a lot of people are going, but now, apparently Wolverine has been available in Weeping for a while. I haven't came across him. Obviously now you have to come across him and defeat him in order to get um, his skin. All I know is that every story of someone talking about Wolverine, they said that it was just like the most terrifying thing that they had encountered. Like, it gives me anxiety thinking about coming across him. And then it also scares me that he's probably, like, difficult like Tony and Doctor Doom. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have this motherfucker running at me that's just terrifying. And I'm supposed to, like, kill him. So many fucking people and weeping. I was hoping because it's fucking 10 o'clock at night that maybe there'd be less sweaty people. But everyone probably had the same thought, like, oh, I'll get on super late on a Thursday night. There won't be anyone. I just feel like we're gonna be still trying to get our Wolverine when it's like week 9 and 10. I'm a taco. I'm a taco. I'm a taco. Oh yeah, we're supposed to ride the zip line from retail to steamy. I think we're gonna do that. Like, fuck weeping. Like, screw all that. Oh man. Should be an interesting week on. Nah, it'll be a good weekend because I'll see my sissy wolf. Gonna meet my new friend, which gives me a, you know, I definitely have some anxiety when it comes to meeting a new person regardless. So, there's some death anxiety there, but I am excited. Excited and scared. That's the way it goes. Call me crazy, crazy for you. Yeah. Hi ho, hi ho. Boom, shagalaga. Huh, yeah. What's up? Fuck yeah. Give me that blue shit. That's what I like to see. Now, let's see. Is there realistically anything else I could do? Maybe that legendary fish. That could, excuse me, that could be a potential. I mean, okay. That's one way to open it. I should probably have saved that. Oh well. Forge your legacy. Kind of surprised no one was here at the Stackolas with me. Alright. Almost feel like I should just take this riff somewhere. There is a gnome up here. gotta be the storm I'm hearing. Might as well harvest. Why the fuck not? I mean, it's a pretty big circle for 8 people. So it's interesting. I feel like the next circle is gonna be real small. Oh, especially because fucking 7 now. Someone getting in a riff. Another person hit a riff. Fuck, 4 other people. This circle is about to be hella small. Here, person gliding in. I think they went up to the supply drop. Yeah, legendary pump. That makes sense. Let's see their loadout. What was that thingy thing they were using? Oh, the unibeam. Yes, yes. Quite right. Quite right. Quite right. Oh, why do you have to be so fucking out of reach? Use the toes. Like the force, but actually your toes. Come on. There we go. There we go. Fuck me sideways. Okay, well... Okay, fuck yeah. For one, it didn't ash out all over my fucking bed. Oh, I dropped Jaded Rose. dropped her, luckily, on my bed, and it didn't ash out the fucking shit on my bed, which I'm very happy about. I can feel that it's slick with the lotion that I had put on earlier. That's fucked up. It's so fucked up. I'm like, oh, yeah, I just want to smoke a last bowl, but not if we fucking break our pipe. That would have been horrible. Holy shit. Okay, seriously, phone, I hate you too. I really love you, but only sometimes, because I need you to communicate with people and things and such. Okay. Alright. Perfect. We have done the collect stone, the two easy things, the collect stone and then the riding of the zip line. What's this? Oh, kick back an enemy with Black Panther's kinetic shockwave. Yeah, deal damage. Oh, deal damage after knocking an opponent. Holy fuck. Week 6 challenges are just all over the place, aren't they? A forge. Upgrade a weapon 84 times. That's what's up. I wonder if he actually is playing Fortnite. Well, anyways, you guys, we are going to load a last bowl for the evening, and then probably do, like, one more match. May or may not do some of the challenges, kind of play that by ear on where the battle bus is going to take us. So, we'll enjoy our last bolio for the evening. Now, it is October 1st, Thursday, October 1st, 2020. It is currently almost 10:30 p.m. for me, so good evening. And thank you for joining me for my Club Kottontale meeting this evening. Just a little chintzy meeting. I have lots of thoughts and feelings. It's been... I swear, this time of year just always has got craziness going on. This time last year was crazy. This year, crazy. Like, we're exactly 1 month away from being single for a full year. November 1st will mark the official day that I've been 100% single. Like, I'm legally married, but I have been single since November 1st of 2019. And I've been separated for over a year, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And it's gonna be a long ass process to get divorced. So it's just like, you know, the sort of thing that I'd just be like, I'm single, because it's easier to tell someone that, and if it's actually someone that I'm going to be potentially flourishing a connection with, then I'd go from there. But I don't know about all that. Um, so, I don't know, my brain's all over the place, per the usual. So a person had told me, they're like, if you're just looking for a good lay, you should go for someone that annoys you, and I just find that hilarious on every level. Which, by the way, if you didn't already know, this is and always will be a 21 plus content community. I created my club of Cottontails for me, and I am well over the age of 21. So things that I say, do, and all things Club Cottontale are very moist and 420 friendly and meant for mature individuals, preferably over the age of 21, because if you lived in my state where I live, I wouldn't be able to go have a beer with you or toke a bowl with you unless you were 21 or up. So, plus I wouldn't want to, really, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to chat with people exuberantly younger than me unless we have some kind of connection, you know what I mean? Oh boy. Oh, hey, that's good though. That's a good yawn. Maybe that means that we'll actually sleep pretty good tonight. I'm hoping we get good rest tonight, so then tomorrow, I want to go on a nice, walk with Rainbow. Either to the park to let her play around, which tomorrow's Friday. School will probably still be in session. Let's say I take her to the school park. Um, it sucks having social anxiety as a parent because you want your kid to get out there and enjoy playing and interacting with other human beings, but at the same time you don't want them to because your social anxiety is like no, and it's just like it's so fucked up and exhausting. That's why it's almost easier to have people come over. That's why I'm excited. Like next Friday, I'm gonna be meeting my friend Jamie. She's gonna drive up here and visit me and Rainbow, so that will be fun. I'm nervous because it's a person I've never met before, but I'm very excited. Very excited. It'll be nice to have. Excuse me. It'll be nice to have another mom friend. You know. Oh man. I was about to say a taco doing the fire spinning is gonna be so good. Oh yes, with the two. Okay, so it's definitely a mask. When she put her head back, you can see the seal. Like, it definitely is a mask. It's not just like a sentient taco. Because it could be a taco human hybrid, you never know. It's fucking Fortnite, you know what I mean? This is a sentient scarecrow, you know what I mean? Living, breathing, really dope looking. Oh my gosh, she's super cute. Straw Ops? Oh man. Isn't she fun? I don't like that her shoes are different. Oh, I don't like that. Her right one has like that swoop with the tip, and then the left one does not. Oh, I don't like that. It's going with the whole like she was patched together sort of vibe. Oh, look at him. He's terrifying. He looks like one of those fish that's deep down in the depths of the water. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool and creepy. See, why can't his shoes are both the same? God, he's like a scarecrow pimp. Like, what up? I'll slap you with some straw, ho. Damn, yeah, they're pretty. Shit, they're savage. I was trying to think of a punny way of saying it with like straw and savage, but they kind of get my anxiety going. They're very intense looking. Corrupted Legends Pact. let's see. Realistically, none of these. I mean, maybe Holly. I was just thinking, like, hey, is there something we can do? Because most likely this next match I'm going to play is going to be my last one. Like I said, I don't usually make content on Thursday evenings, and if I do make content Monday through Thursday on the evening spectrum, I always make sure to end it by like 11:30 at the latest, but usually sooner. It's 10:30 right now. I have to be up in the morning with Rainbow. She's been getting up at 7 o'clock religiously. That is the time that she gets up, which really 7 a.m. is a pretty good time to get up, you know what I mean? We get up at 7 to like 7:20ish, you know, letting our bodies wake up, and then we watch a Pee-wee, which is right around 20 minutes. So her breakfast is usually around like 8:15, you know, and then no later than like 9 she's done with breakfast, and then depending on the weather, we'll go on a walk or do something in the house until lunchtime, which is noon. So, and then, you know, I may give her a snack around like 10:30, you know, depending on how she's feeling and how well she ate her breakfast. Tomorrow, I'm hoping that I'm feeling hungry myself, but to make a breakfast of we have funfetti fucking pancakes. Funfetti pancakes still, like, what? Son of a bitch, right? Like, so funfetti pancakes, have those for breakfast tomorrow, maybe with a little bit of eggs. Scrambled eggs, like, I don't know why, but scrambled eggs just always sound good to me. But I never make them the way that I want them to be made. I grew up with a stepfather that is/was a chef. So I always had my food made to restaurant quality for the most part. I say for the most part because there were some things that I feel like he kind of like got lazy on, but the eggs were always just so fluffy, just so delicious, and it's like he managed to make those eggs good with just like store bought eggs, you know what I mean? Whereas like I've had farm fresh eggs for a while, I get them from my in-laws. I'm hoping to never not get my eggs from my in-laws, you know what I mean? That's one thing that is, you know, I may not love their son. I have respect for him because he's my child's father, but I don't love him, you know what I mean? There's a difference between, one, I do love him, but not in the way that I used to. Like, that's something that's weird, too, is, like, when love exists, it always exists. So I'm always going to love him. But it's just not the way that it was, and it really, like, for example, my ex, Dan. I love him, and I will forever love him. But the way I love him now is not the way that I loved him when we were in a romantic relationship. So anytime that you're not in that relationship no more, that love changes. But love exists. When love exists, it's forever. But my love for, you know, Rainbow's father, that's just it. Is the love is for the fact that because of him, our daughter exists. That's my love for him. Whereas I used to be in love with him. But that's like, for anyone who doesn't know that story, you know, maybe of all the things that I do, maybe I actually will do like a, you know, like this is my life thus far type video, where it won't be a live stream, it'll be a posted video that I'll just, you know, upload to the YouTubes, just kind of talking about my romantic life, you know what I mean, because when I started my Club of Cottontails, I had, wow, that's kind of crazy, March, April, May, June, July, literally, the day that I had been married for 4 months, I started Club Cottontail, because July 14th of 2016 is when I did my very first live stream, and I got married on March 14th of 2016, so literally it was my 4-month anniversary, and I did my first ever Club Cottontail meeting. How crazy is that? So you guys went from knowing me of being a newlywed, a fucking newlywed of 4 months, to now. And really, like, oh, it's so crazy to think that I went from being a newlywed to being separated within just, like, an 8-month span. You know what I mean? That I would love to say that that was my first red flag, but that was, like, literally the 100th red flag that I had seen at that point and still continue to go forward. But I'm not sad that I did, because Rainbow didn't come into existence until 2017. So, everything happens for a reason. And, we conceived her in 2017, gave birth in 2018, and now we have a 2-year-old. So, everything happens for a reason. But, man, it's crazy to think that, in the course of Club Kottontale, I got married, separated twice, and now, it's the journey to divorce. It's absolutely insanity, right? um, I'm on a journey to divorce. I'm also on my Social Security journey that I've been on for a while, but, in the past, I always let my brain, unfortunately, get to me, and the last time, I feel really stupid for not going forward, but at the same time, I don't, because I was being manipulated so much at that point in time that, you know, it's surprising that I made any decisions, you know what I mean? Telling you, water is the best liquid. Literally all you need is nourishment and water. Something to physically sustain you, and then water. That's all you need. You know what I mean? Most everything else is just making your life comfortable. You know what I mean? And that even goes for like people who have physical ailments like myself. The things that we have to do, modifying exercises and daily activities, being mindful on a consistent basis, those are just things that make our life more comfortable. You know what I mean? Because really, only thing that anyone needs is something for sustenance. So, you would need like an eggs would be a great, like, if you only had eggs, like, it would get really like monotonous over time, but you could very much survive on eggs alone because it's a protein source. So protein and water. Um, you definitely would need other stuff. Like, I just don't. I feel like our bodies need that balance, of a protein, a vegetable, and a fruit. It's like that trifecta is kind of what keeps us a going. And all three of those things have carbs in it because you need carbs as well. I'm definitely medicated. The second bowl is hitting real nice, which is good because I don't want to have, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm very happy for my FW. Well, they're not even my FWB. I'm very happy for my previous lover. That's such a way to say it. I'm happy for them that they are seeing someone, but I am disappointed that, one, they wouldn't want to see me past something sexual. Two, that I won't get to see them sexually anymore, at least not for the time being. Like, that's their words, like, no Saturday wet for the time being, like, because he's seeing someone. Like, it could end up not going that way, whatever, you know what I mean? But I kind of feel like it means that something's got to be coming my way, you know what I mean? So much can change just in the course of a day. So, days, weeks, months. Like, it's such a small amount of time, but so much can happen in that time. So, I'm just gonna continue to be the moist motherfucker that I am. Feel all the things that I need to feel. And hopefully I can still get myself a booty call for Saturday. So I can just, like, you know what I mean? Like, get some of the sexual frustration out, because that would be helpful. Alright, let's do our last match, and then I may play a little bit offline, aka not in Club Cottontale, because I've had so many people go, but this game is an online game, and I'm like, yes, I know. When I say I'm not, I'm playing offline, it means that I'm not in Club Cottontale, because my Club of Kottontales, aka this live stream that you're watching, is online. Like, I am live in my YouTube channel, Amber Motherfucking Lewis. I don't play too many games outside of Club Cottontale. So, I mean, sometimes I do. I think it's probably a good mixture. I don't know. I like to make sure to take time just for myself, you know what I mean? Because I am around a tiny human a lot, you know what I mean? So I do need to just have time to myself. But then I also have to make sure to hang out with people that aren't a 2-year-old, so I'm getting more fulfilling interactions, because the interactions that I have with my daughter at this age, she's so little that the interactions, they're, you know, albeit fulfilling, it's not fulfilling in the way that I get from having a full-on conversation, you know, with someone. Weeping still seems too hot. I think I might try Holly Hedges, consume forge items at Holly Hedges. I just feel like weeping is gonna be way too hot. I definitely feel like week 6 Wolverine bit is something that will get done in week 7 or 8, because it's just too much. Too fucking much. Yeah, you see all those people going to fucking weeping? Jesus fuck. There's a good amount of people coming here too. Trying to land at this house that has that garden, because they've got them cabbages. I want them to pop some shots into me. Fuck! Well, at least I gotta consume one item, right? I should have watched my back. Son of... It had to be a Wolverine, didn't it? Alright, well, I'm gonna do another one. Look at my cute little taco. She is a fucking mood. Just... Seriously though, I'm kind of disappointed. Like, I purposely let that person pop some shots into me, even though they were clearly a potato. And then I got my ass raped by someone who wasn't a potato. So, that kind of sucked. Also, I don't know why I didn't think to go to the cake at Holly Hedges. That's... completely makes sense for a consumable item at Holly. Like, thank you, Wolverine. Fucking... well, this is going to be our third and final Fortnite match, and it is the last one for this evening. This meeting on this very chintzy Thursday evening, October 1st, spooky month as many people call it. It's All Hallows Eve month. We are 30 days from All Hallows Eve, Halloween, the October 31st, the Day of the Dead, you know. A lot of people know Day of the Dead, Dias de los Muertos, which is a different day. It's not on Halloween. But All Hallows is, in fact, the Day of the Dead as well, because it's the day when the line between the land of the dead and the living is skewed. So, I love All Hallows Eve. You know what I mean? I'm very spiritual. I feel very connected to just everything in nature and spiritual and other realms, if you will. So I especially love, you know, this time of year, because it's just such a good feeling. You know what I mean? And this could very well be one of the last, like, holiday seasons that my daughter gets in this house, which makes me sad, but at the same time, you know, that's life. Alright, get some of this cake. I still can't believe that I didn't think of that, like, initially. Okay, for one, I don't think that counted for a forged item, which fucking pisses me off. Back! Nah. Damn! Of course it'd be 48th. You motherfucker. Whatevers. Alright, well, thank anyone that has been, watching incognitally or potentially watches this later on as posted content. But definitely thank you to me, myself, and I for being here. Club Kottontale serves a immense purpose, and I appreciate all the moisture that it brings. But it is almost 11 o'clock at night on this fine first day of All Hallows Eve month. I hope everyone has a phenomenal, not just this month, but in general. A lot of people, can lose sight on things, and it's like, do what you have to, follow the rules, the laws, the regulations, and all that shit that you have to, and then just live your life. You know what I mean? Live your truth, do what makes you fucking happy, because when you are enjoying life is when you'll make better connections and flourish things better. So, anywhoosies, until next time, which will most likely be some portion tomorrow, either afternoon or definitely probably the evening. We tend to always have a Friday evening meeting. But until then, please always be kind to yourself and everyone else. And we'll see you next time. Bye.